What is going on, everybody? My name is Kyle. This is Moose. Moosey, show your face. Show your pretty face. And this is Maverick. Oh, hi, buddy. This is my boy Maverick. I'm a heart survivor and a near-death experiencer. My boy Moosey here is a lab pit that I rescued actually 3 days before my heart surgery. And then Maverick here is a full-bred European Doberman Pinscher. And we are Heart Hound. We just finished up our first full week of January, first full week of the year of our Heart Hound mission, because we are Heart Hound, run to save. We just finished our first full week of our mission. Now, you might be asking, what's your mission? So I started Heart Hound. Really, it was a thought process I started 3-4 years ago in my hospital bed having my surgery, when I was researching how many people die of the heart condition that I had, that was caught, that was found, and that was fixed. And in that research, I found that, because at the time I was 22 years old, so I was really looking up and researching people under the age of 25 that were my age or younger. And I found that every year approximately 2,000 kids under the age of 25 die of sudden cardiac arrest. Now, you might be thinking a lot of those are athletes. We all hear the stories about athletes who fall over dead with sudden cardiac arrest during practice, or the ones that, out of the blue don't wake up in the morning. And we all hear those stories, but we hear them and then they're not part of our life. They don't affect us, so we move on. And I'm trying to bring those back up, not for the sake of, bringing back a terrible story or bringing back up a bad day of somebody's life or a family's life, but I'm bringing it up because those kids should not be dying. And those kids don't deserve to be dying. And I'm the last one to say that, death is a bad thing, because as a near-death experiencer, I, for the longest time, wanted to stay dead and wanted to stay in heaven where I was. But now, living life, being reconnected with my faith, with my family, and reconnected with myself and who I am now, post-surgery, post-near-death experience, I've found that I came back with a greater purpose, a greater mission. And I'm not 100% sure what that purpose is or what that mission is. So I'm just doing what feels right. And this is what feels right. Come here, Mav. So I believe that all young kids, every year you go for a yearly physical, they should have a baseline heart screening, at minimum once every 3 to 5 years. Maverick, what are we doing here? So, especially young athletes, I believe that you as a young athlete should not be able to be checked off and cleared to play sports if you do not have a baseline heart screening. Not an EKG, not an ECG, not just a stethoscope up to your heart. A full spectrum echocardiogram is what I believe should be done at these yearly physicals to check off and clear kids to be able to play sports. Now, why do I say that? I say that because, one, heart screening saved my life. If it wasn't for my doctor, who heard a heart murmur, sending me for immediate testing and immediate screening, I might not be here today. I probably would have been one of the 2,000 in 2022 that died of sudden cardiac arrest because I didn't know I had an abnormality in my heart, and that abnormality would have been pushed forward due to some sort of circumstance. I, as a young person who exercises and does all that, exerting myself, I could have just fallen over and that could have been it. So that's where this whole thing comes about. This whole idea came about. So I've been pondering for years now, what could I do to bring awareness, to bring to light this terrible fact that approximately, I'm not saying 2,000 kids every single year die, but the approximate average is 2,000 lives under the age of 25 die every single year of sudden cardiac arrest. And I've been thinking for a long, long time, and I came up with this idea that, hey, especially after last year, I did an Ironman. I got really big into endurance sports, really big into watching endurance sports and digging deeper into how endurance sports works. I love endurance sports. It's helped me heal my heart after surgery. It's helped me lower my resting heart rate. It's helped me come off of medications that I was told I would never come off of. So it's been a saving grace in my life. And so I was trying to figure out how I could wrap that into how I could bring awareness. And this is what I came up with. 2,000 lives, 1 mile for every life that is lost on average every year from sudden cardiac arrest. And one thing I want everybody to know is that when it comes to these deaths that are happening, yes, there are circumstances that can cause these deaths. Heat, exhaustion, dehydration, anything of that nature is part of the factor. But in most cases, while doing my research, most cases, yes, those factors played a role, but were not the ultimate thing that was causing the deaths. Most cases, they found underlying heart abnormalities that were present in these victims that, due to the extenuating circumstances of weather or exhaustion or dehydration or any of those things, mixed with the abnormality going on already in the heart, caused then the heart to just shut down. So the abnormalities are the outlier here. Yes, we've come up with rules and regulations for practices and how many practices young athletes can do, how much time they can spend out in the heat, what things we have to have for practices in the heat, ice baths, enough water, proper water breaks. All of those things are a great step, but until we know, hey, this kid has this underlying condition, so if this happens, we can treat it, or if there was some sort of abnormality that needs to be taken further, it can be fixed, and then that kid can go live a normal life like I am doing right now. So this is, as you probably can see, it's very close to home for me. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I want to change. I want to be the voice that changes this, because I've been told so many times, oh, that's not the road you want to go down. That's not the drum you want to beat. It's never going to change. It's never going to happen. We're too set in our ways. But I don't believe that. I don't believe that, one, kids should be dying, and two, that parents are okay with not knowing, and parents are okay with taking the risk of, hey, my child might have a hole in a valve, or an abnormal heart, or an enlarged heart, or they may have a hole in their heart somewhere, or they may have an artery or a whatever that is wrong, that is messed up, that was at birth an abnormality that just never was found, never was treated, and then in turn caused the death. Now, like I said, we're running 2,000 miles, 1 mile for every life that is lost. I am doing it. My dogs run with me. These two big fellas right here are running every single mile with me. besides the races that I do, but I still might just go ahead and do 2,000 miles specifically with them outside of the races that I plan on doing, but we'll see how that goes. So here's kind of the outlook of my plan. I am going to do training miles every single day. I am going to run in the Heart Mini Marathon that's put on by the American Heart Association here in Cincinnati. I am going to run in the Flying Pig Marathon, the full marathon in Cincinnati. And I was just approved to be on the team, the American Heart Association team, for the Chicago Marathon in October. So we have the Heart Mini in March, the Flying Pig in May, the Chicago Marathon in October. And then I wanted to do one big signifying event. I thought about it a lot. Should I do a 100-mile race? Should I do one of these big ultra marathons out west? But none of them really were like truly hitting home like this. This connects to everything I'm doing. It connects to me. It connects to who I am. So I was really trying to figure out what could I do that connects to me, that connects to things that I'm passionate about, things that mean a lot to me. And what means a lot to me is, 1, my family, 2, where I've grown up, and how I've grown up, and in the place that I grew up. So I've come up with the idea that I'm going to run with these two. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to run every mile because, things could happen. They could get hurt or whatever. But I truly believe they could run this entire thing with me. I am going to run from the bottom border of Kentucky to the top border of Kentucky, which is my home here, right across the river from Cincinnati, here in northern Kentucky. So I'm going to run, I'm not set in stone yet, but somewhere around like the Columbia Gap, down there towards just at the base border of Kentucky, and run all the way up this state of Kentucky. Now, from the different maps I've found, I don't know exact mileage, but it's ranging anywhere from like 275 to 400 mile-ish, somewhere in that realm. So I'm thinking around 300 to 350 miles. So I plan on taking about 10 days, starting on a Friday and going for the week, about 10 days, and run from the bottom border to the top border, tracking and documenting it all. I plan on documenting this whole entire experience, doing updates weekly with you all, showing my mileage every week, showing, just giving an update on how things are going, things of that nature. But then that for sure, documenting that entire thing, maybe doing live miles and going live on, social media, and things of that nature. So that's kind of what my plan is, just to add some spice to 2,000 miles. It can get a little boring and monotonous running the same route every single day. So adding races, and then adding one big signifying thing, race/trek at the end of the year. I plan on doing that about October, November, and doing it, and hopefully, who knows, maybe by documenting it, people come and run with me or come out to see me or whatever. But really just doing it to bring awareness to the 2,000 lives that we lose every single year. So, update for this week. Like I said, this was the first full week of January. We obviously had 3 or 4 days there at the beginning. We are absolutely crushing it as of right now. Let's look at I will put my Strava data on here, but let's pull it up right now. Currently, for just this week, we ran 45.23 miles in 7 hours and 35 minutes with 1,909 feet of elevation gain. So how is that broken up? So on Monday, I ran about let's see, what was Monday? The 5th. So on Monday, I ran 5.25 miles. Tuesday, is my workout day. So I did hill sprints in the trails near my house. That was about 6 miles. Wednesday, I did 6.5 miles. Thursday, I did 7 miles, 7.1 to be exact. Friday, I did 5.2. Saturday, we did a long run at 12 miles. And then Sunday, today, we did 3 miles to end up at 45 miles and some change. Now, I am not going to say I'm a burner. At no point of my imagination am I a fast runner. My average easy pace is in the 9.5 to 10.5 minute per mile mark. My fastest marathon, I've only done one marathon, was about 4 hours and 30 minutes. My fastest half marathon was about 1 hour and 58 minutes. My fastest 5K was about 23 minutes. I haven't done a 10K in a while, so I'm not sure on that one, but by no means am I fast. By no means am I these influencers online that are running 5-minute miles, 6-minute miles, running 3-hour marathons. That's just not me. I don't think that'll ever be me. I don't know if my cardio capacity could handle that. Now, if it gets to the point that I can and I get there, awesome. But I'm still in the beginning journeys of my running career, my running experience. I'm learning, I'm digesting, I'm trying to gain as much knowledge as I can while also taking into account that I am a heart survivor, that I am a needle in the haystack when it comes to runners. So I'm trying to be cautious but also aggressive in not letting that hold me back, but also being aware that that is the case. Some days I might have bad days. Some days I might have good days. On the bad days I may have to hold back a little bit, and on the good days push it when I can. And that's just kind of how I go right now. But that's really, so on the year, we are 11 days in. On the year, currently, we have run, let's see, 81.1 miles. So I started out the year January 1st, New Year's Day. I got up and ran 20 miles, 20.26 to be exact, actually. Obviously, the dogs ran with me. They run, like I said, they run every mile with me. So currently, we are at 81.1 miles, and we're 11 days in. I'm trying to run about 40 to 50 miles per week currently, and that should easily hit 2,000, and that's not counting in races. So that is kind of the welcoming introduction of what Heart and Hound is. I've made these sweatshirts, pretty sick sweatshirts here that I made on the back. God saved my heart, now I run to save theirs. That's just how I feel. God put me in this position to be able to come back and tell my story and have an impact and create change. So that's what we're going to try and do. And I'm going to do it with my big fella right here, Maverick, and my sweet boy, Moosey. And we're going to run 2,000 miles to save lives and save hearts. Get your child screened today. Reach out to me. I will put my website linked in the description. So if you have any questions, contact me. If you want to donate to Heart and Hound, all donations go directly to MCORE Foundation, who that foundation does limited echocardiograms for children ages 12 to 22. For those screenings, if they do a normal event like at a school or an athletic event, something of that nature, to get a screening is normally a $79 donation to the foundation, where these screenings, if you go to a hospital, they're thousands of dollars. So that's a deal in my book. But I'm trying to raise funds to fund screenings and fund, I'm not going to say a number of screenings, but as many screenings as possible. So go to my website, donate. All donations go to Heart and Hound, or go to MCORE Foundation to fund heart screenings. Please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support in 2025, but let's make 2026 bigger, better, and greater, and let's save hearts together. Thanks, everybody. Stay healthy. All right, good morning, everybody. It is officially day 8 of Heart and Hound Run to Save, where we are running 2,000 miles to bring awareness to sudden cardiac arrest in people under the age of 25, and bring awareness to how heart screenings can save lives and prevent sudden cardiac arrest in the children and young adults of our country. So yeah, I just thought about doing this last night. It should have been something I started on day 1, but we're starting at day 8. Oh well. Alright, good morning, everybody. It is officially day 9 of Heart and Hound Run to Save. Alright, we're just getting ready for school. Since I am a 2nd grade teacher, got school today. So really what I like to do is make sure I have everything for my run ready to go, so I can get home, change, put my stuff on, and get out of the house and get on my run as quickly as possible. Alright, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, January 10th, and it's officially day 10 of Heart and Hound Run to Save, where me and my 2 dogs are running 2,000 miles in the year 2026 to bring awareness to sudden cardiac arrest in people under the age of 25, and also bring awareness and raise funds to the fact and the matter of heart screenings. Heart screenings, I believe, save lives, saved my life, and raise funds to fund screenings for children and young adults from ages 12 to 22. I'm doing that in accordance with a foundation that I do work with, and yeah, so that's kind of the gist of what we're doing here. For this week so far, from Monday to today, I have about 30 miles, and on the month of January so far, in the 9 days, I think we're about 60 to 70 miles. Obviously on day 1 I did 20 miles, so that's kind of an outlier that's inflated that a little bit, but today, it's Saturday, we've got a long run. Nothing too crazy, 10 to 12 miles. Do it nice and smooth, nice and easy, and keep the legs under us, keep the heart rate lower, try to stay in zone 2, zone 3, basically the whole time, not overexert myself, and yeah, so that's kind of what we got going today. Right now, if you're curious on kind of what my morning routine is on long run day, it kind of stays very similar to every other day. I get up, get dressed, let my dogs out, make my bed. The only difference is I just add a couple extra calories here and there in the morning just to give me a little boost of calories and carbohydrates for my run. So this is my normal drink every morning. I have my ProMix D-Bloat. I love that stuff. It's amazing. It helps kind of ease my stomach in the morning, gets my system going, and helps me throughout the day. And then I have a packet of Magna electrolytes, which is a magnesium-powered electrolyte. And then I have 1 scoop. This is my additive that I add on Saturdays. 1 scoop of G1M Sport Plus, which gives me 80 calories, 20 grams of carbs, and 200 milligrams of caffeine. Get me going in the morning, and nootropics to kind of get my system going, get my brain right, get my mind right, and give me a little energy. That's what I add on Saturdays, just to give me those extra 80 calories, extra 20 carbs. For the run, I'm about to go eat a breakfast bowl. It's just 150 grams of rice and 2 eggs with 3 egg whites. Try to keep it nice and simple on the stomach. Eggs are very easily digestible, especially for me. Rice is digestible. It's kind of it's bland, it's simple, it's plain. It gives me carbs, gives me protein, gives me a couple fats. It's a good all-around breakfast to start off my morning. Then probably during my run, I might take a little bar or something to kind of nibble on throughout the run. But 10 to 12 miles, I don't need much. So be about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere around there. So not too much, nothing crazy, not too much planning ahead of time. Maverick is sleeping on the bed. Moose is out in his chair. We're going to get them ready. I'm going to get myself ready, have a little bone broth, hot chocolate as well. Get my system going. And yeah, get on this long run. So
shares at $11. I now get $1,100 credited to my account, plus I keep the premium of $40. My total account is now worth $1,290, all in.
Need and options. You don't need to predict direction. You just need to manage time and risk. Before we dive into something, and it's actually high income, I'm going to show you a report of making 3.4% per month on average. Now, let me explain to you.
no, you sit right here. Stay right here. All right, boys, we ready? We ready? Let's go. Sorry. You're okay. We just made a quick pit stop. Hit the pot real quick, get a quick sip of water. Now we're ready to go. We got about 4.5, 5 miles left. Knock it out real quick. Have our quick little freeze-dried dried mangoes. This is my little mid-run snack this afternoon or this morning. These things are amazing. I'm testing out different mid-run fueling for myself because I just get bad GI stuff. Gels don't really settle with me too well. So I'm trying a bunch of different things. I want to try the honey gels that are made of honey and salt, but I haven't gotten any of those yet. But I've been fueling a lot with honey and this dried mango. It's amazing. 4 pieces, 140 calories, all carbs and sugars. It's money. So, gonna eat these last 2 pieces. We got 4.5, 5 miles left. The boys are knocking it out. How you feel, Alice? How you feel? Sit. Lucy, sit. Good boys. Good boys. They don't need a snack. They're fine. These dogs could run for 20 miles and not need a snack. They're insane. But that's what they were bred to do. Moose is a lab pit. I mean, labs were bred to work and run. Have good endurance. Pits have good endurance, good speed. Maverick, full-bred European Doberman. I mean, they were bred for endurance, bred for speed, endurance, power. So, I mean, these dogs could run for days. We're gonna test that later this year, but finish up this quick snack, get back out on the road. Let's go. Good boys. Good boys. Oh, oh, good boys. Good boy, Mavy. Mavy, Moosey, come here. Good boy, Moosey. That's my boy. Good boy. That's my boy. Mavy, come here, bub. Come here, bub. Oh, you want butt rubs? Butt rubs for the Maver. Good boy, Mavy. Come here, buddy. Let's get this off of you. There you go. Ready? Your turn, Lucy. Here, Bubba. Up, come here. Where the chickies at? Chickens are out. Must be hiding. Good boys. 12. Alright, that is a wrap. We got 12 miles in this Saturday morning, January 10th. Day 10 of Heart and Hound Run to Save. Running 2,000 miles in 2026 to save lives, save hearts of our young athletes and young adults out there suffering from cardiac arrest, dying for no reason. Just finished 12 miles, hour 58, about 9:49 per mile. Kept the heart rate below 150, about 90% of the run, which was good. That was the goal. Keep it sub 150, keep it nice and easy. The boys obviously crushed it. Moosey, come here. They crushed it. How you feel? How you feel, Maddie? How you feel, Moosey? You guys are good. You're fine, right? I mean, you got a little muddy from the rain, but donate to Heart and Hound, where all donations go to MCORE Foundation to fund heart screenings for youth ages 12 to 22, so we can save hearts and save lives and give families the peace of mind of knowing the baseline testing, baseline data of their child's heart, and hopefully save hearts by knowing and finding abnormalities that may not have been found otherwise. So if you want to donate, the link will be in the description. Yeah, let's go. Stay healthy, everybody. It is officially day 11 of Heart and Hound Run to Save. We are running 2,000 miles in the year 2026 to save hearts, get kids screened, bring awareness to sudden cardiac arrest in youth under the age of 25. So day 11, just got a good little circuit workout in with the family, made my parents get up and do it, wrote it up last night, got it done this morning. So good start to the morning. Might do a couple miles here in the afternoon, 3-4 miles, get to about 45 miles on the week. We're at 42 right now. The legs are a little sore. Had a good work week of running and lifting. My back's a little sore, so keep it nice and easy today. get some good nutrition, get some good recovery, because we just got more miles coming next week. So. Good boys, whoa, whoa, good boys, good boys, good boys, good boys. That's my mooser.